Back in 2011, the LEGO Group graced us with a bit of an underrated LEGO set. A set that I think many people just forget about today. But mate, he's freaking sensational. It's Rawjaw. Today let's talk about what makes this set great, whether that's the set itself or its incredible pieces. I'll give you some ideas for how you can use them in your own creations. And we'll look at some nice revamps of this set as well. Let's begin. Rawjaw has a very striking face. Those giant elephant tusks and this almost saber-toothed tiger-inspired mask. It's sick. He's even got a big posable jaw, which is just the cherry on top. I also appreciate the eyes. Just leaving enough space in the little gap for the eyes so that the edges of this silver CCBS armor shell can poke through, giving him kind of like pupils, I guess. Some sort of eye detail. It looks good. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're like, well, silver eyes? It's kind of boring. Maybe this could have been a more rich color, like a azure or purple. Sure, I agree. But I don't know. I think it still works. Yeah, remember, the idea of this set is that Rawjaw is your everyday average beast that lives on the planet Quatros. But the evil witch doctor came along and infected him with corrupted quasar spikes. Doing this has completely taken over Rawjaw, and he is a pawn in Witch Doctor's schemes. So I like the idea that this solid eye color kind of looks like a glazed over eye, like he's a mindless zombie under the control of someone else. It is actually kind of fitting. So okay, he's a big old gorilla elephant with some slight saber-toothed tiger vibes, right? You'd expect him to be able to move around like a gorilla, or you'd think he could stand up on 2 feet and bang on his chest like a gorilla can. Obviously, yeah, he can do the first one, we've seen that, and it looks pretty good. You can stand him up on 2 feet, and yeah, you can get a pretty good, chest bang going on. But the main problem here is the head. It can't really move down at all. It's stuck in this kind of awkward position. See here, that ball joint gets in the way of the neck having any movement. Or any downward movement. You could remove the neck from its intended position and place it on that front ball joint, and doing so makes this look 1,000 times better. That's very nice. I'm also a big fan of Rawjaw's fists. Big, meaty ham hooks. It's great. This new red armor piece that debuted at the time this set came out. It allows for all of these nice posable fingers, and it just looks cool. He's also got a cute little tail behind him, which is great. And it's just awesome to see the character and creature building system, CCBS. It's good to see it being put to use on, well, an actual creature. We see so many humanoid characters, so many people. But a set like this shows us how rich the potential is for creatures to be made with CCBS parts. I think it's fair to say that this set inspired so many people, including myself, to go out and build creatures, monsters, and critters. It's kind of disappointing that LEGO didn't make more animals with CCBS parts. They always look good, don't they? So alright, yeah, the design is pretty great. But what about the pieces? Are those any good? If the animalistic look of this character inspired people to build animals, did the pieces inspire people to make cool stuff? Let's see. We're going to kick things off with these elephant tusks, although Bricklink just calls them angled blades. Ozcabot takes 3 of these pieces and turns them into a neat little tripod for this turret. The way these silver pieces bend and curve, it adds such a brilliant energy to this little remote blaster. It looks really good. Up next, these wonderful quasar spikes. Look at them with their stunning red and black marbled color. This is such a beautiful piece. Paul X Mock Building has created a character that has a corrupted arm. And putting these spikes on here was such a smart idea. The color and the shape of them, it really sells the idea of corruption and evil. And the 3 of them flaring out the sides? So good. By the way, this mock has no comments on it on Instagram, and it's been out for like a year. Come on, be the first to comment on this. I'll have a link below. Go and show this the love that it deserves. The next piece is this flexible spine armor. always a big fan of this piece. It's pretty easy to use this. It slots onto CCBS armor so easily and it almost always looks really, really good. But look at what Clockwork Guardian has done. He's revamped Whenua Hordika and he's put this piece on the arm. If you look at the entire arm, you'll see that it's different from the other one. This one has more spikes, more jagged edges. He's got a corrupted arm, that's part of his Hordika corruption. So yeah, I think this armor piece really conveys that feeling, but at the same time, those jagged edges, it reminds me of jagged rock, spiky stones, the kind of thing you would find in a cave or a cavern. And that's perfect for Whenua's earth-based powers. This fits in well for so many reasons. I love it. Wow, that's 2 MOCs with a corrupted arm in a row. If I had a nickel for every time I featured a MOC with a corrupted arm, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice. Over to this piece. Bricklink calls this a shield cap, but you know, it's often just used as armor on Hero Factory sets. However, I like how Toa Finette has used it. Just some nice torso armor. On a little tiny guy like this, it covers up a good whack of the torso. The shape of it fills things in quite nicely. It just looks good. Time for Rawjaw's wonderful mask. Let's see how you can use that. A builder called Bio takes this piece and flips it around, turning it into a very exotic and pretty looking mask. I like how the teeth on the mask just become some sort of backwards facing spike. It's wild that this piece looks really good the way it's intended, and potentially even a little bit better when you flip it around. Be sure to take a closer look at this creation. It's using a lot of other pieces that come in this set, so if you need even more inspiration, check the links below and really study the heck out of this MOC. Last but not least, let's take a look at these armor pieces. Felix van Leeuwen has used these for some pretty snazzy looking torso armor. These pieces are large and in charge, and on a bruiser type character like this, a heavy set dude, they fit very, very well. Good stuff. Beauty. That's the pieces. Now here's a couple revamps. I think this creation by Taefun Productions is incredibly charming. He's got a big banana! That's such a fun accessory to give him. It fits in so well and it looks great. And look at how it's made. The peeled back bit of the banana is minifigure chairs. Genius. And Rawjaw himself looks pretty great. A new, more detailed torso, some stockier armor on his arms. He looks so good. But I don't know, I'm so focused on that banana. What a fun idea. You just gotta give your MOC a silly accessory like this. You don't see enough of that. This next one is by Ron Folkers and it's called Norkram. So alright, yeah, it's not technically a revamp of Rawjaw, but he looks close enough to the character. You can easily use this to get ideas for your own revamp of the set. So let's do that. Look at that face. Taking Rawjaw's mask and combining it with the lower jaw from some of these old Ninjago dragons. That is brilliant. It's like a perfect combination, just neatly fills in the space. It's so good. There's probably a bunch of other lower jaw elements from dinosaurs, Chima Ultra Build sets, other miscellaneous beasts, creatures, and dragons. There's so many pieces like this out there that would probably interface pretty well with this mask. If you got some of those pieces at home, it's worth experimenting. You might find another excellent combination of pieces. I love the red claws on the tail. You know, the original set just had that tiny tail, but this one's a lot more threatening and imposing. Kind of like a scorpion tail, it's cool. He's got clawed fingers, he's got orange being included in the color scheme, and we even see a couple orange masks being used for armor plating. There's some really nice stuff going on here. Wonderful work. Oh, and that's Rawjaw. Always good to see more creatures. It is the character and creature building system after all. Again, check the links below if you want to see even more from the builders I featured today. Otherwise, thanks for watching, happy building, and bye for now. On the preliminary box art for this set, he was called Mammut,